We should be live. We should be live. Hopefully everything is good. Want to hear everything through the headphones. Make sure I'm straight. Let's see. Should be on live on both. Should be live on the YouTubes and on X. They call Twitter now. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me look. So if we're live, we're gonna be rocking and rolling today. Hopefully everything will be good, and people will come through and see what's up. You know, I mean, I think that'll be pretty awesome if that's the case. And I'm definitely going to be, look like we're live. Look like we are live. We are live. And so we're going to talk about EA Sports College Football. And I want to get save that. Yeah, it's going to be I think it's going to be pretty interesting if people come through. If not, I'll just be talking to myself. But nevertheless, I think it's going to be all good either way. Let me look over here on the YouTubes, make sure we got a couple of people in already. That's awesome. And not trying to jump in too loud. Okay. Is it looking funky? Look like it's not. Look like it's not that good. If not, I'll just go on my I'll just go straight through the OBS if this is not working. I wonder if I can. All right, let me check because I want to make sure I'm good. But let's see. Is that it right there? Okay, yeah, we're good. But it's not going to tell me though. All right. If it looks good, let me know. If it looks good, let me know. Let me know. Because I'm not necessarily. Jay, what up, man? What up? What is up? Hey, I need to know, is this any good, man? I need to know what the broadcast look like. Matter of fact, let me look at my phone. Because if it's looking bad, then I'm gonna get up out of here. And I'll go on stream. I'll just go on OBS. OBS just runs better. Because from what I see, it just looks bad. Okay, here we go. It's straight, just not full screen? Okay. Because I don't know, because on my end it looks, okay, all right, it looks good over there, all right. I'm seeing it there. I want to look on my YouTube as well. So what's good with you, Jay? I don't know how you been. You know, you ain't been around these YouTube parts at all, so. No, you ain't been around, so that's pretty interesting on like what your thoughts are. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, absolutely. That's perfect. Quality good. It's saying it looks good on my end. I mean, looking at it on my phone, so it looks good on my end. EA fanboys attacking your Twitter, calling Madden a reskin. No, you ain't been around almost. Jay, it's been almost like 5 years, bro. Like 5 or 6 years. It's been a long time since you've been around. So I'm really interested if you have anything to say, which I don't know. You may or may not. Like, what are your thoughts? You said college football 25 look good. I think it looks good too. I got the whole gameplay deep dive right here. Scott OG actually wrote it, so I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to put that up on the screen, and we're going to go through it line by line and actually look into it and see what try to have a little bit of a discussion about it. Probably bring people up on the panel if they want to talk. I'm going to put the link in, so put the link down so people can come through and talk if they want to. Here's the link right here. I'm going to copy that. and probably try to put the link up so people can check it out. And if you're on Twitter, they're attacking Ryan Moody. I'm not surprised. I mean, look, Ryan has always been an advocate, for better gameplay in EA. And if he sees something he don't like, he's absolutely gonna say something about it. And I don't knock him for that. Absolutely. I mean, I feel at the end of the day, the game does look very similar to Madden, but I am skeptical. But I think the game's going to be okay. And I have a lot of reasons behind it, and we're going to talk about that as well. Can I pin this comment if I put it in here? Yeah, it won't go on Twitter. So if you're on Twitter, I'll probably try to put the link in. Just let me know. Let me go on YouTube. Then I can actually put it in and pin it. You feel like Ryan Moody? He probably didn't. He may have, but I would not be surprised. He has an eye for this type of stuff. So with that being said, if he looked at it, he probably glanced over it. He probably looked at the gameplay and knew what was what and gave his opinion. I mean, a lot of us do that, especially if you've been in this game for a long time. If you've been in this game for a long time, that's going to happen. So I'm not necessarily, faulting for that. I know Ryan Moody's MO. I'm not against it, but I know what he's about. All right, I'm going to paste that. Can I pin that? If this thing don't move, the emoji don't move, it should be pinned to the chat if you want to join. Yeah, the running animation look absolutely different. I agree. I do agree that. I agree. Absolutely agree. I think the game is going to be a little different, y'all. I really believe that. I think the game is going to be different. I think the game pretty interesting to see how it plays out. But like once you actually get the game in your hands or whatever, I want to see how that plays out. But as far as what I see, I think it looks good. That alone got you intrigued? Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get into the deep dive, and I'm gonna talk about what is in the deep dive. I'm gonna have it on the screen. I'm gonna bring people up if you want to talk about it. I'm gonna have a few people up so we can all talk about it and actually, give us an idea where everybody thinks, especially from this aspect, because this aspect's a little bit different. My son is in here, so you might see him running back here. There he is right there. You may, we get a different perspective because from us, yeah, you got a gun blaster, baby. And I feel like that from our perspective, it's going to be a little bit different because I think we do have somewhat of a fair observation of what we see. And I think we have a fair observation of what the game is going to be like. It's been 11 years, and a lot of us have backed out of the whole football gaming situation. Like for me, I've been gone for the past, I've been out of the game for about maybe 3 years now. I haven't really been in the game, so I don't know necessarily what the game even feels like anymore. I think the last game I played extensively was like Madden 20. I played very little of Madden 22. I don't remember playing any of Madden. No, I think I played 21, maybe like a couple of hours. Madden 22, I played maybe 2 or 3 hours. Also, I played very little of Madden 23. I think I played maybe 30 minutes of Madden 23. So with that being said, I don't know much of anything about this game. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much of anything about the game or what it would feel like or anything. So I'm not. Hold on, let me see if I can stop this real quick. I wanna cut down that music. If I have the music in here, I wanna. Okay, there it is right there. I'm gonna cut it down because it's in my ear kind of loud. All right, so I'm gonna go into this. Let's get into the screen right here. Let's share the screen. And we're gonna get right now. I'm gonna bring you up in a second, Bishop. Give me 1 second. All right, there it is right there. All right, that's it right there. Hold on, let me close the door real quick. All right, so that's it right there. We're going to talk about that. That's my. All right, I'm gonna bring Bishop up. All right, Bishop, you up? What's good?
Oh, what's up, man? How you been?
I've been all right. How about yourself, man? I really haven't been given a reason to actually have discussions or go live. I mean, I just been doing regular videos on gaming in general, but I think this is pretty interesting to talk about when it comes to the actual football space, because it's just been Madden and nothing else. This is the first game that we had, to be quite honest, this is the first game that we had that had more than a regular football development cycle in 15 years. Since All Pro Football 2K8. That was like the last game that had more than 1 year to develop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like this gives us a reason to actually take, some type of not take, but actually, pay attention and actually think about what this game is going to be about and actually give it some type of attention, because we already know what we're getting when we see the next Madden. Yeah, I mean, if you've seen the Madden from the last few years, you're damn near getting the same game, and it's because they don't have enough time to develop the game. So this is the first time we're having this actual situation, so it's going to be interesting. So, on the surface, what are your thoughts about the game from what you've seen?
I don't have nothing bad to say about it. I mean, in my opinion, it does somewhat look like a Madden reskin. It's a little stuff polished here and there, but you still see some of the same animations and stuff from Madden. I'm still going to support it and get it, but I'm not like letting my nostalgia cloud my judgment. Like, it's still EA making the game. Like, it's still EA we're dealing with, so. But I'm keeping my, opinions, open, and I'm not going to be closed-minded, but I'm not like the fanboys on Twitter tagging to my it's a different game, blah, 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 blah. It's built from the ground up. I'm like, built from the ground up where? I'm like, what do you see in the trailer that's different than Madden? And they really can't tell me, but
Okay, that's fair. That's very fair, because that's the first thing I saw when I saw the first trailer a few weeks ago. That's the first thing I put on. That's the first thing I put on Twitter was like, it looks exactly like Madden, and I'm actually surprised. And then because I didn't expect it to look like that.
And then a lot of them, because a lot of us, we're OG. Like, my first college game was 02. I forgot who the quarterback was at Florida State on the cover, but I used to play that with my pops. Like, that was my first college game I really got into. But a lot of them like, oh, it doesn't matter if we can't import our players, like blah blah blah. I'm like, then that defeats the purpose of the pre-order, because if you could import the players on both games, that would have made the pre-order more reasonable. But you can't do it, so it defeats the purpose. I'm
gonna get into that a little bit later too, because I'm kind of disappointed that if you're going to have both games together, why you can't import draft classes? That's something that they should have. But what do you think about this? What you see on the screen right here, Jay? I'm not calling you Jay something. Jay Music, that's his name. I'm not calling him Jay something. Jay Music said
on two. Oh, go ahead. It's your stream.
No. He said people who worked on the 2K football helped develop this game. I didn't know that, but I mean, if that's the case, what are your thoughts about that?
We just gonna have to wait till raw gameplay. Like I said, I still like it's stuff like the little hurdle, when he jumped straight over dude, like that's not Madden. The little drop dead little stutter joint he did before he spun or juke, it's kind of not mad. But but that's still little stuff here. Now, of course, they're gonna tweak stuff and make it, and then people can like, oh, well, it never played like Madden. I'm like, the only two games I know college didn't play like Madden was 06 and 14, because 14 it was on a different engine, and 25 went to like Frostbite. 06 was different because it didn't have the truck stick, it didn't have the vision cone, so the gameplay was somewhat different, and they went on to next gen that following year. But the others, to me, they played similar like Madden. Like, so that's why I don't understand people like, oh, it never played like Madden. I'm like,
I will say 13 and 14 were the first two Maddens that did not. I mean, first two NCAAs that really didn't play like Madden on the PS3 era. Because 13 and 14, you started like 13 had a better passing game. I mean, 13 probably had one of the best passing games in the PS3, Xbox 360 era. Now, the PS2 game, something about those games, I don't know who made the code and developed those games. Those are probably like the best football games, period. And outside of NFL 2K5. Like outside of that, like those games, those PS2 Madden and NCAA games, they you could literally keep that same code. You could have literally did that and upgraded the game, and you would have been good for the entire PS3, Xbox 360 generation. But they went totally different, and it never was the same, because I mean the player movement, the AI, the way the game moved was totally different from once it got to the next generation. I mean, outside of Madden 08, you really didn't have that much fun with Madden back then, in my opinion. I don't think you did.
Nah, yeah, of course, with all the nano blitzing and all the exploits online, and I'm curious to see how they're gonna deal with this option stuff, because on Madden, option is literally like an exploit. Like, so I'm hopefully they tuned it up and cleaned it up, because like I said, you run that thing on Madden, it's crazy. The option's been an exploit for a long time. Is one of the flaws on even on NCAA 14. It's not necessarily easy to stop. It's damn near unstoppable. And I think they did not do a good job of actually using athletic players to run the option. When you had a situation like if you go back to Madden 06, or you go and my favorite game is Madden 08. Not Madden 08, but yeah, well, Madden 08, NCAA 08, NCAA 06, back on the PS2 original Xbox. When you ran the option, you couldn't run that with just any quarterback. You had to have an athletic quarterback, and that athletic quarterback actually was able to pitch the ball differently than a pocket quarterback. So your pitches will be crazy looking but now it doesn't matter if you have an athletic quarterback or not. Everybody pitches the same, and that's why you was able to exploit it. You could have ran the pistol with Joe Flacco in Madden 25. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You could have ran the pistol with almost anybody, and it was something that it never really it helped when you had somebody faster and athletic, because it was just speed.
Yeah, especially like they'll roll out the to the pitch, like the athletic quarterbacks, they'll roll out.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Back then they'll roll out different. But now everybody just does the same thing. So when you pitch the ball, it does the same thing. They wouldn't even run the option properly back in the PS2 original Xbox days. You couldn't have a quarterback that ran a 5-1, or but yeah, I agree. So you got to think about that and I seen it in the trailer. If you looked at it in the trailer, that was one of my concerns. Look at some of those pitches back in the trailer. Like, some of those pitches were like really, really weird. Like, they'll like stick their hand out when they get tackled, and the ball just flies to the running back.
And I can already tell that juke move's still gonna be overpowered.
Yeah, that could be as well. I wouldn't know until I actually get it, because if somebody got a good juke and is overpowered, I get it, but I don't want to see anybody using it. Let me look at the chat real quick before I get into the deep dive. State of Franchise said you haven't played Madden 3 years. That's like me. I haven't played Madden extensively in about that long time. Also, let's see. He also says option quarterbacks play way different than a statue. Yeah, they did. He was right. And hopefully I can throw in a flat. Man, I hope I can. I'm not gonna lie. If I have an athletic quarterback, unless if he's like extremely gifted, I don't want to be throwing dimes with him. I want to be able to use his strengths, that he's an athletic quarterback, not necessarily a pocket passer. I don't want if I got a guy that I know that can run and he's gonna move around in the pocket, and he's let's say for instance Michael or Marcus Vick or Terrell Pryor, I want him to have some type of deficiencies in throwing the ball. Not saying that he can't throw, but I want him to have some type of deficiency where is either I have to mold him into a better passer, or you just have to work with what you got. I think that's just the pros and cons of having that type of quarterback. I mean, an athletic quarterback type in the QB. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I got you. All right. So, if anybody else want to get in, like if I don't know if State is in, Jay, if you want to get in, if anybody else wants to get in and discuss this, you can. I'm about to pull this back up, the screen back up, and We can have a straight discussion about it, because I want to go through this and actually talk about what we have here. What's going on, Jared? What's up, bro? Glad to see you, man. I'm glad that you're here. Always coming through to support. All right, let's can y'all see that?
Yeah, I see it.
I read the blog there. A lot of extra things they mentioned. Yeah, we about to get into that. All right, let's see. I'm gonna, okay, there we go. It took a minute. All right. I want to make sure that okay, yeah, that's perfect. All right, that's perfect. All right, so this is everything you need to know about gameplay in EA Sports College Football. Let's see. Not going to talk about that. Let's get right into it. Pre-game. Campus IQ encompass overachieving concept that has built gameplay to what it is today. With that said, College Game Day was built on these three fundamental pillars: all 22 plus, 134 ways to play, and stories of Saturday. All 22 highlights the importance of individual players and their unique abilities. It emphasizes differentiation and talent between the best and worst players in college football. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. What you think about that so far?
I don't know.
But all 22 basically saying that individual players and the unique ability is going to be different from each other, and they're actually going to see the talent gap between the two. That's basically what it's like. One thing about college football, NCAA, they did very well compared to Madden. They did differentiate based on talent. So if you can catch, it's going to be able to show. If you can run and break tackles, it's going to be able to show. Madden really didn't capture that until late these past few games. I would say at least maybe Madden 20, maybe, because like you can almost do anything with everybody in Madden.
I know
that was the problem.
I know they were saying like you definitely gonna tell the difference between a 2-star and a 5-star player, but I'm like,
right,
that's self-explanatory. But
yeah, I mean, that was already there. There's nothing to be, in my opinion, there's nothing there to be excited about. That was already there beforehand.
I'm curious to see how this wear and tear system is going to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that in a second. Yeah, because that's gonna be that's one of the biggest things on this game so far. 134 ways to play. From our day one message that every team is somebody's favorite team. Yes, I am a fan of the Georgia Southern Eagles. I will be playing with them in the game. Probably representing offensive schemes from Air Force triple option to air raid at USC was one of the utmost importance to us. That tells me nothing. To be honest with you, because it tells me nothing. I mean, because the playbooks was one of the things that actually was big in NCAA. That goes all the way back to NCAA 11. That was NCAA 11 was the first NCAA game that actually talked about different playbooks. So I get it. People don't have. I'm gonna bring you up in a second, Jared. A lot of people don't have a lot of, they don't remember a lot what happened back then. It's been 11 years, but this has been around since NCAA 11. So that tells me nothing.
And a lot of people, probably their first NCAA is probably 13 or 14. When I be talking to people, oh, well, last time the game was, I was like 6 years old. And I was like, then you, you really weren't outside. Like, yeah, but exactly. I'm not mad at that, but it's just like us OGs, like we've been playing this for 10, 15 plus years. So we know.
I've been playing NCAA 14, or not NCAA 14. I've been playing NCAA football games since Bill Walsh College Football. I don't look like it, but I've been around since the early 90s when it comes to gaming, or late 80s when it comes to gaming. So nobody can tell me that. There's not one developer, and I'm not trying to say I'm all this and that. There's not one developer, there's not one person who games can tell me what I know about this stuff. I've been doing this probably longer than some of these devs been actually making games. And I'm not saying I'm better than them, because coding and stuff is good, but I know what I see. You know what I mean?
Got you. Yeah.
I mean, I've been playing the games. I've been a play tester of these games since when John Madden was just John Madden football and on the Sega Genesis, back in 1990. I've been around for a long time. So all this stuff is not necessarily for me. All I got to do is play the game for about maybe 30 seconds or a minute, and I know exactly what I'm getting into. Jared, were you about to say something?
Jared, what up, fellas?
Oh, what's going on, bro? Hey, good to hear from you, man. How you been?
Man, I've been blessed, man. I can't complain about anything, but I had to hop on this live, man. Y'all cooking on this new EA College Football 25. Now, on the topic of this new feature, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, kind of sounds like what's been already in the old games. Like, for example, any of the PS2 college football NCAA's from you can say 02 to all the way 011. If you take one of the FCS teams and play against one of the FBS, ranked FBS teams, you can tell the talent.
Right. Absolutely.
You can tell the difference between the talent.
And not only that, you could take a Vanderbilt and go play against Ohio State.
Exactly. My point exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So this right here, these first two things that we talked about, they're not really telling us anything. We're like the OGs. We've been around. So I get it. Some of these guys, like my nephew, and he doesn't really play sports titles, but he was born in 2002. So that means he probably he would have been playing college football games like in 07, 08. No, I'm sorry. 2017, he'd been like 14, 15 around that time. So he would have never noticed anything different from NCAA 14. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have known. So if you've been born like in the early 2000s, which a lot of gamers are now, you got to understand that's 24 years ago. It's like if you've been born at that time, add like 10 or 12 years to that, that's when you probably started gaming. So that's 2012. 2012 is Madden 11 or NCAA 11. So these new playbooks that they're talking about, let's go back up here. The all 22 highlights no, I'm sorry. Yeah. 134. I'm sorry. The 134 ways to play is basically 134 teams in the game, so everybody's gonna have a different playbook. That's been around since NCAA 11 at the latest,
Yeah.
They had the air raid, they had the option, they had the pistol, they had the pro style. And like you said, even back in the 02 days, they had pro style offense, multiple defenses. So it's nothing really new.
Yeah, if you wanted to get a team that ran the flex bone and the option run, you get a Georgia Southern with Paul Johnson when he was the coach, or Georgia Tech,
Right. So the final pillar, Stories of Sunday, seeks to encapsulate the raw emotions of these student athletes as they perform under intense pressure and hostile environments. Oh man, we about to get into this. A true freshman is going to respond differently compared to a senior. So getting this right was really important. You know where this come from, y'all?
What?
Do y'all remember NCAA 05, 6, 7, or mostly 05, 6, and 7 when they had the little composure thing next to the guy?
Oh yeah,
y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
or the snap when you'll flick the right stick down or something like that.
Right, and you can see there it had like a little circle with the little red bar that goes across, and the little circle was their I can't remember. I got. Let me see if I can pull it up on the screen. I ain't gonna do that right now. But anyway, it was a situation where they had composure back in 05, 06, 07, and based on if you're in a big, there it is right there. It was like a pulse under their name. And if you were rattled, it would show. They couldn't hear the play when you changed the play call. They wouldn't run the right route when you hike the ball. They wouldn't catch the ball. They will fumble if it's a running back because the crowd is so loud. They will get rattled. So yeah, I'm not against it. I know what they're trying to do. And it's a good thing because this wasn't an NCAA football 14 to an extent, and I'll get to that in a second. But this is, once again, man, if you're a good guy, not a good guy, if you're a good gamer that's been around for a good while and you know what it was back then, this is not new. This is for the kids who didn't play much of 14. Now, when I say the under intense pressure, do y'all remember what y'all quarterback did when the crowd was loud? Remember when you try to go look at the play and the play was all squiggly and stuff?
Yeah, it was all squiggly, or the buttons.
The buttons were
blanked out. Yeah. Yep.
That was way back in NCAA 10.
Yep.
That was back in 2010 or 09, but NCAA 2010. And this right here Hey, look, I'm not,
wasn't it before that?
was it in the PS2 days?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because you'll call the play and like he'll be
Oh,
looking over at the
yeah.
receiver and the receiver be tapping his helmet.
Yep, and the crowd was in the stadium was shake because it'd be so
Yep.
loud. Okay, yep.
And
Yeah, so
the route, they wouldn't run the route that you told them made the hot route too.
right.
And then if you try to do a hot route or do a audible, the wide receiver in the slot or whatever would like motion like he can't hear you. So you're right.
Yeah,
and then if you hike the ball, they'll run the wrong route.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I couldn't remember that. Okay. Bringing all these aspects together will ultimately have us landing arguably the most important aspect of college football, which is wide open gameplay. Oh, okay. All right. So stick work. All right. What is this? All right. This must be a bad picture. You know what this looks like to me, honestly? This looks like a mix between NCAA 14 and current Madden.
They gonna come for you, VF.
No, I'm saying look at the shoulder pads and stuff. I'm not saying it looks bad. It looks like it looked like they're trying to capture what was back then and trying to update it. But all right, let's keep going. From the start, one of our primary objectives is to capture the authenticity and the wide open gameplay of college football. We studied and tried to recreate the explosiveness of current and former college football legends. So does that mean that they're going to be in the game? The result is that the game allows you not to only play north and south, but also east and west, thus unlocking a whole new level of excitement to the game. However, we didn't stop there. We introduced all new Pacific run styles. That's what Jay Music was talking about. For different archetypes in College Football 25. This will provide a more in-depth and personalized gaming experience, allowing players to mimic the styles of their favorite athletes or create their own unique approach to the game. Anybody want to chime in on that? I don't have much there.
So when they mean by the run styles, are they talking about versus a bruiser back versus a speed back versus a finesse back? What?
That's
literally like
that's probably what they're talking about.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah, because I mean, you think about go back in 05 of USC. They had Reggie Bush and oh boy, what's his name? I can't remember his name.
Lindell White.
Yeah, Lindell White. They ran totally different. So maybe you got something like that going on. Maybe. What you think, Bishop?
Probably what Jared was talking about, like saying like bruisers and those type of people.
I hope that'll be the case, and I hope it just doesn't relate to just running backs, because you got different wide receivers that run different too. Like, you got big, tall receivers like a AJ Green. He didn't run. He doesn't run like a Percy Harvin. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Yeah.
State of Franchise says, I hope that applies to Cam Newton's types as say a man versus a Manziel. Yeah, quarterbacks as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because Cam Newton and Terrell Pryor, they look pretty much different. But then again, you had a Manziel, or you had what's his name, Robinson from Michigan. You had two different styles. Yeah, Denard Robinson had two different styles. I agree. That's a good one. All right, wear and tear. All right, I know y'all got a lot to say about this. Wear and tear is a feature that takes the football gridiron to an unprecedented level of realism. This feature ensures every hit matters and not all hits are created equal. Wear and tear is a brand new and unique damage system that adds a whole new layer of depth and strategy to your gameplay roster and management. This is reflective of what we see on Saturdays. Okay. Before I get into this next one, what do y'all want wear and tear to be? Or what y'all hope it to be?
Bishop, you want to go first?
Nah, you can go ahead, bro.
Okay. So wear and tear. My first question is, did they just enhance the injury system? That is that all it's going to be? Because like even in the PS2 days, right? And I don't know, we're talking about NCAA. I remember playing Madden 10 on PS2. I had Joe Flacco, and he hurt his arm, and he was able to still play. But what the game did, even though he was injured, they put like a rubber cast on him, showing
Right.
That he was hurt. I thought that was cool. So did they enhance that? Like, because we always had injuries in NCAA football games. Like, if somebody get hurt, next man up. But are they making it like, let's say, what Penix went through this year? He had a nagging lower leg injury, so he had to be very careful.
Yeah,
Are they trying to, put that in the game? I think that's cool, but of course we have to play it and see if it's just a re-enhanced injury system that we've been seeing, those old heads been seeing. But that's all I got.
I think that the wear and tear kind of similar to which one is going to be game-to-game effects versus throughout season effects players. I want it to be a throughout season effect the players. Game-to-game effects, versus that's almost the same thing. It's just one game to another from the other. But I think wear and tear will be more not just a fatigue thing, because that's been in the game for a long time. If a player gets tired, they end up getting hurt. I want to see wear and tear, like, say, for instance, let's say if he gets hit in the knee or in the legs a couple times. He's not necessarily like have a torn ACL or something, but when you rough somebody up, it ain't going to have that, it's going to have a different effect later in the game. You know what I mean? So will you have that issue? We have the quarterback who gets sacked a few times. Will that wear and tear get to the point where you got some pizza here? Look at this. Look at this, y'all. You got the whole pizza?
Yeah. And there's a mini box.
Okay, son, you can take that. You can take that back in there, baby.
Okay.
That's my baby, y'all. That's my little man. But like I said, I would like to see something like that, but I don't know. I mean, kind of like what 2K did with their wear and tear system. It lingers after a while, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be in this deep dive. We're going to look at this really quick. So I'm not going to read all this. So it says,
before you go on, I wonder how it's going to play in like people that spam no huddle. Like,
oh, that's a good idea. Good idea. Especially if you try to run the same play a few times, and not just your prolific players, like your linemen. How would that work with them? Weaker linemen continue to try to block on a high level because they've been beat up running no huddle, and that takes.
It got to be some consequence for spamming no huddle, like
right. So it says right here. I'm gonna read this because I just saw this. It operates on a play-to-play game-to-game basis. If your quarterback has thrown 40 plus times in a game and has taken some shots, I just said that. Don't expect him to be at 100% the following week during Dynasty or Road to Glory. These my wings. Oh, thank you, son. I'm gonna eat these a little later. I ain't got no place to put them. Okay. Subtle gameplay components such as getting the ball out early, covering the ball, and just getting out of bounds will be just important everywhere. It tears on all 22 players on the field. So now we're talking about linemen. We're talking about linebackers who are making a lot of tackles. What if it's a wide receiver, not a wide receiver, but a DB is getting picked on a lot? How does that affect him? So it's gonna say, how does it work? Every limb, just like 2K, listen to this. Every limb and body part of a player is linked with unique attributes. For instance, if your quarterback's throwing arm receives a significant hit, you will notice a decrease in your throw power and accuracy. That sounds amazing. Similarly, damage taken to the legs, just like I said earlier, will impact a player change of direction and acceleration, making every movement feel slower. Each body part degrades at a different rate, and the player toughness rating plays a critical role into how much damage is applied on a given hit. The more damaged the body part is, the higher chance severity of injury. Okay, so recovery is also critical. Body part, the worst body part is damaged. I'm not going to. Okay, all right, this is what I want to show. DJ says, show the diagram. We're showing the diagram. All right, so wear and tear. Let's say M. Taylor tight end from, okay, say it's from Florida, but it's LSU. Okay, nevertheless. He has a slight wear and tear in his thigh and his arm. So apparently somebody got him pretty good on a tackle or two. So his recent injury is increased because it's slight high level injury. Quentin Ears, somebody got to protect him, man. His chest is messed up. Yes, son. This monster truck, I don't know. I don't know which one that is. If you can find that, you probably could put it on top of that one. Quentin Ears, they need to protect him. His chest is getting tore up, man. Dude gonna have a heart attack because look at it, his chest area is severe. Sturdivant the same way. I mean, come on, man. You got to protect these guys. So I don't know what that says. I want to say that says critical right there.
Be you just play like a head-to-head game, or like just one game, because it sounds like that's like long-term, like you playing like Dynasty.
Yeah, it has, yeah. And this senior right here from Georgia, it says, yes, I know this is not. he got clips and stuff on, but nevertheless, this running back here, he just jacked up. Like they've been giving him the ball like 40 times or something. Cause look at his wear and tear. Like he need to be sitting on the sideline for a minute.
Oh, he getting that Derrick Henry.
Yeah, he got that Derrick Henry treatment. Like, so what do y'all think about this? This is kind of similar to what 2K basketball does with their stuff. Like, how do y'all feel about this type of wear and tear? I think it's actually pretty good. I think it's pretty dope.
Yeah,
you beat me to what I was gonna say. My bad, Bishop.
Oh, you
I interrupted. I was just gonna say I think it's gonna be awesome. So it's gonna depends on what type of running backs you got in your stable running backs you have. So if you have like the example you fellas just used, if you have a Reggie Bush or a Lindell White type 1-2 punch, they'll work out for you. So not all the wear and tear go on one star running back. But if you like rebuilding a franchise or a team that's not so good, and you only got one star running with like one feature running back and the other ones are trash, then yeah, this will have you have to go into like your playbook and see what other plays you have to run instead of just handing it off to your running back.
Now,
so
you might have to, if you got a running back like this, you might need to take him out the game for a minute.
Exactly. So I kind of like it. I like it.
Like on defense, you trying to spam hit sticks, like that might backfire too.
Ooh, what if you do that with a linebacker and he gets a shoulder injury?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Chris Thomas, I've been great, man. I've been doing good. Just a lot of stuff been going on. I'm going to talk about that when I do my next live stream. When I do my live stream of Doom 3, because I've been playing Doom 3 on live as well. But I'm gonna talk about it because a lot of things have happened in the last couple of weeks. I want to get into that, and yeah, I'll talk about that down the road. But I've been doing great. At the end of the day, like I said, if they're going to take anything from 2K, this is what you do, because especially in football, these type of things happen. You have a running back here that may have a hand injury, or a quarterback with a hand injury, or they have a shoulder injury and they're not going to be able to throw the ball properly. You got maybe a linebacker or a defensive lineman who can't tackle properly because they have a stinger or something. I mean, if this pans out, which I'm going to give you my final thoughts about this in general, but if this pans out, this could be a game changer, and it's definitely going to it puts Madden on notice. Madden can't go with the status quo if they got this in the game. They can't.
That's facts.
Yeah, then Madden's going to have to do something. Madden 25 has to at least have this or something close to this in their game. They can't just have the regular stuff they've been doing in Madden 24. Player reticle.
I agree.
Yes, son. What is that? Oh my God! The toy came today.
Yeah, it came.
All right. When I get finished with the live, if mommy don't do it, I'll put it together for you. Okay? Oh my God. Player reticle, left side wear and tear bars, right side fatigue. Note the bars depleting only represent the most hurt part of the body. Depth chart, here you can see wear and tear panel on the bottom right. Is this below or something? Depth chart, okay. I'm not seeing it, never mind. Bottom right player card as well. The total attribute is decreasing on a spreadsheet. Coach vision, okay, all this stuff I don't see. I don't know what they're talking about. Is it down here or something? Am I missing something? All right, I'm just gonna change. I'm just gonna go get away from that. With these changes, wear and tear will add new depths of gameplay, depths to players' gameplay more than ever before up until now. Aside from the risk of throwing an interception or fumbling, what have been the impacts of throwing the ball 40 to 50 times a game? Now, gameplay decisions come with physical consequences of your virtual players, adding another layer of authenticity and balance to the game. It's not just about the immediate win anymore. You have to consider long-term health and performance of your team. Let's say a running back get 3 consecutive plays for positive yards. You may notice them huffing and puffing in pre-play. I gotta see that to believe that. This right here.
That would be cool. I
gotta see that to believe that. That would be awesome, but I gotta see it to believe it. On a subsequent carry, they'll likely come out of the game. However, recovery has been changed to where it likely be for a single play, so they can catch their breath and get right back onto the field. Okay, this is the option game, something we've been talking about. This is low-res pictures. Why would they use these low-resolution pictures? I mean, they don't look bad. It's just, okay. The option game is a fundamental part of college football. We've made an effort to authenticity. And the first thing we targeted to make the mechanic mirror real-life quarterback and running back exchange. I didn't see that in the trailer, but okay. In the actual game, the quarterback places the ball in the running back's belly with the intent he's going to hand it off. However, the read key comes down and he pulls the ball. This is now replicated in the game with the A or X function as a pull and keep button. That's gonna be interesting to see how that plays. Okay, I'm not gonna read all through this. I'm just gonna skim through it and see if anything jumps out. In an RPO scenario, if you want the bail from the read and run, press A. If you want to hit the receiver, you can simply press the receiver. Okay, that's always been the case. Looking to keep the ball with the QB on an RPO. The RPO dictates read and pick. Okay, this is stuff that we kind of know already. We've made adjustments to the pitch, differentiation of pitch strength. Okay, so this is interesting. Now a quick tap will execute a quick pitch. Holding down the left bumper or L1 will result in a strong pitch. Quick tap for a switch pitch, useful in tight spots. However, it might not hit the pitch back in stride. Yeah, that makes sense. Holding down for a strong pitch. Okay, we already talked about that. Fake pitching is back, activated by double tapping the button. I kind of wish they had another button dedicated to that, but okay, I get it, because maybe how well the mechanics work. You may pitch the ball when you don't want to because you're double tapping, but we'll see. What do y'all think about these mechanics so far?
Go
ahead, Bishop.
No, I was just saying, I just hope it ain't people that come over and try to do that cheesy jump pitch over from Madden. I hope you can't do nothing like that, but
I think with the mechanics, they might try to kill that with these mechanics, because it's like 3 different ways to pitch the ball now, so that may change. I don't know.
Fake pitching?
Not just with the fake pitch. I'm talking about like
I'm
the way you pitch it, like the quick or the whole. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying fake pitching might. If people master it, that might be
Oh, that's gonna be nasty, bro.
But now you go ahead, Jared. That's all I had to put out.
No, you pretty much said what I was gonna say. Not my exact word, but you pretty much got the gist of it. People who master it, it's gonna be interesting.
I think I feel like something like this shouldn't be necessarily mastered. It should be depends on the attributes and the rating of the player. But this is an EA football game.
I can see that too. Yeah, it is EA.
It's an EA football game. I mean, even in NCAA 14, just like Bishop said, like, look, the pitches was like OP. You know, it didn't really matter. But these mechanics, I think, like if you tap it for a quick pitch, hold it down for a strong pitch, you know, I think it's going to be hard for somebody to necessarily exploit it because it's two different mechanics there. It's not just like you press the button. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but like I said, at the end of the day, I mean, once you see Carson Beck, the quarterback for Georgia, who's like 6'4" and runs like a 5'7", you know, he started pitching like he's Denard Robinson. You're like, all right, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like, what are we doing? You know, like the quarterback we got for Georgia Southern, like J.C. French, he has a little bit of speed, but I don't expect him to be pitching the ball anymore because we don't run that offense. But if he's doing it like, you know, Joe Hamilton from Georgia Tech, like what are we talking? You know?
Oh, I just thought about something. I know that was the past subject, but
No,
the wear and tear thing, I wonder how that's going to play with Travis Hunter because, you know, he played both sides of the ball.
Ooh, that is really
good. Yeah.
And how would they how well are they implementing that? Because, you know, that's something that hasn't been talked about yet. Like two-way players. Like, they haven't really talked about how does that affect the player or how dynamic hold on, y'all. How dynamic a two-way player actually going to be. So that's really interesting. Yeah, because he could, like, right now, I heard he's like the highest rated player in the game at 95. But does that mean much if the wear and tear system works as intended and he's playing both sides of the ball? Does that what does that 95 mean at that point? You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. They added new range of new animations, including comprehensive set of pitch animations and pitch catches. We also introduced a new pitch out tackle animation in this year's title. Now, I don't expect them to show that. I don't want them to show off all the animations this early. I mean, the game comes out in July. It's almost, 2 months away. I don't want them to show everything. I just want to take them at their word right now. I would like to see more animations, but I haven't seen too much that was different, like outside of that juke that we was talking about earlier. But as far as tackling, I haven't seen anything out of the way that was like, okay, this is something I never seen before. So I don't know. I don't want to see everything, but I do want to see something. But as of right now, I don't know. What do you think about this picture right here running the option? I mean, it's just a screenshot. I don't see much. I'm looking at the I don't know if the running back's gonna even get the ball. I mean, it's not final. It represents the game in development. I'm not trying to be too nitpicky, but if he pitches this ball right now, this defensive guy in his face, the running back's not getting that ball. I mean, look, he's not even
knowing EA.
Right.
I mean, you're right. I mean, I kind of see what they're trying to do. They're trying to show that the option is something there, and it doesn't look bad. But and I take it this is a speed option. Probably both guys was in the shotgun because so far how far back they were. This wasn't like an option under center, and it kind of also shows because number 61 looked like he's ahead of the line. So I don't think it was I think it was just a speed option. But I'm not saying it's a bad look or a good look, but it doesn't show much promise there, in my opinion. That's my opinion. It doesn't show much promise with that. Defense is also showing some significant upgrades. AI logic, okay, reading pitch plays, reading key animations, read keys now consider more realistic context. Okay. So basically, I'm not gonna get into this much. What do y'all want the AI to be like for the defense? Would you like them to be, more? Just let me know, because I kind of y'all kind of know where I'm going at. How would y'all like the defense to be when it comes to something like this, or just the offense in general?
Zone defenses, I hope they fix that, because if people still figuring out ways to manipulate, like the corner route has been the meta for like the past 2-3 years, and like Madden, if defenses like someone with a high awareness of play recognition, they still can't, play a zone or something like that, either zone or man. Like, I just hope they fix that, because we can't control all other 10 positions on the field. So I'm not saying I want my AI to play like all Madden, even though or Heisman, even though we're playing on Heisman difficulty, but I at least want them to be, somewhat, you know what I'm saying? Not like brain dead, like snap, I'm just let them run up the field and be open, and then it's an open touchdown. But I just hope they fix zone defense, really just pass defense. Really, the line play is line play, but it really just pass defense because everybody air it out. But I just want like a balance, So that's really about it.
I'll get you one, okay?
Wait, we already got.
Where's your golden grave digger? Oh, you just got it and you don't know where it is?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll find it when I'm done.
Yeah, Mama, where we lost?
Mommy lost it? Babe, you lost his monster truck.
Yo.
Nevertheless. No, I agree. I want the AI just to, make sense. If you're running the wrong play, if you're like in a 3-4 and I'm running a pass play, I want it to be very difficult for you to actually defend that. You know what I mean? I even if you have a great player on your team, if they're out of place, they're out of place. But we've had too many instances, even in NCAA 14 with the game that I really like, that these players are doing superhuman stuff when you are playing on All-American. It's just I just want the defense to make sense.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just gonna say, man, like me being a former, putting my, when I play football, put my hand in the dirt, and I stood up on the defense side of the ball. Right. So, I'm really, when I play football video game, I'm really snobbish on the defensive line play.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, like if I like playing Madden and one of my defensive linemen that are a pass rush specialist, if he doesn't rip correctly or if he doesn't bull rush, whatever his specialty is, and the AI or the computer is just like cheating for him or cheating for the offensive lineman, I'm not gonna be happy. And Bishop hit it the nail on the head in regards to the secondary. If let's say if I'm controlling this cornerback on the left side and he's not that good, but on the right side the computer may have a defensive back that's like 99 or whatever.
Right.
I just want the AI to play to its strength. You know what I mean? Like y'all just said, just play smart.
Yeah, I agree. Because one thing that I noticed that this has been plaguing EA games at least since the PS3 era is just positioning. If you're out of position, you can't make a play. And we've seen it many a times where players warp into position or they'll move into position or they'll speed the player up. Now, I will admit it has
jogging, yeah.
Yeah, I will admit it has diminished in the later Maddens. I at least from the last few years that I've played, I haven't seen that much. But that right there needs to be something that shouldn't really be in the game. If they're out of position, they're out of position. And I think that's something more of a programming issue. I don't know if that will ever go away, but it would be something nice to see. If you're that 99 DB that you're talking about, he should be on that guy, at least 9 to 9.5 times out of 10. It should be very rare. Yeah, it should be very rare that he would miss on a route or he'll get beat or maybe he may even gamble, but that's an attribute that they should have. That should have nothing to do with their 99 overall. You could be a 99 overall, but if you're a gambler, that type of thing does take an effect of your rating, good or bad. And if you end up out of position because of that, if the AI does that, that makes sense. But I don't want to see... Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say that was my biggest pet peeve on one of the greatest Maddens that was ever made, Madden 04, where you can have Champ Bailey and you can have like a wide receiver that's 70 overall, 80 overall, Champ Bailey damn near 95 or up, and like you can beat Champ Bailey. Like if you play, y'all fellas know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah,
The secondary was very, very loose. Unless you play the right play or flick the joystick to let the secondary know what to cover. But other than that, if that DB, no matter what overall the DB was, he could be in the right place. A lot of times the cornerback will be beat. And I love Madden 04, but that was my only.
Understand it.
Yeah.
Now my thing is, if you're playing the game on a difficulty setting on normal or higher, these guys should be playing with some type of actual logic on the field. So whether if you're talking about these reading key animations, or if like say for instance, if they're more likely to stay at home and play the quarterback when in on wide hash marks. Conversely, when the offense is closer to a first down, they'll play the dive back more often. So if you're playing, I'm guessing this is going to be versus the computer. That sounds good, but you let it yet again. It's like there are times like if the game is on normal, because a lot of people don't like to play on normal. They'll play on all Madden or all American or higher or all pro. If you're not playing on that, they don't even think on that level. Now I will understand if the game's like you got it on the easiest level, but if it's on normal, at least give me the illusion that it's 4th and 1. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't do that, but hopefully it'll change in this game. Shells, and I'm not talking about turtles. Football problems require football solutions. With the removal of base alignment, we wanted to put our time and effort in improving alignment, along with giving players the ability to disguise your coverages. This is an addition to the chess match that our core fans have been asking for. I agree. In play call, use the right stick while in formation to view your commands to the secondary position range of cunningly disguised looks. These can range from pressure cover 0 blitz or back off of cover 4 look. This was in NFL 2K5, but you didn't use the right stick. You can change your secondary on the fly based on, I can't remember how to do it, but you can change your shells on that. So this is a really good addition. But the assignment doesn't stop there. Before the snap, you can also have the option to showcase a single high or a 2 high. Okay, so that's different, depending on the formation you've chosen. I think that was in 2K5, but I think that's different as well. Unleash your creativity with these options, just like real life coaches, to confuse the opposing quarterbacks. But tread with caution. If a defensive back has low composure, there's a risk that he may mess up the disguise look. Now, this is another thing that is really dope, because now the composure doesn't necessarily go to the offense. Remember, like you said, if there's composure, the crowd is loud and the stadium shaking, they can't hear anything. They'll be tapping their helmet like, I can't hear. Now, if their composure is not high and you change the coverage, what that defensive back may mess. Now, that's pretty dope if there's a balance on both sides of the ball. Let me know what you guys think about this shell thing and changing coverages. What are your thoughts about this, adding this to the game?
I think that's cool. I think let's say if I'm I know what I'm doing as far as on the offensive side of the ball, and as for example, Bishop knows how to coverage, hide his coverage on the defensive side of the ball. It makes a great chess match, and also you have to put in to what type of teams we have, and the players on the field. So it sounds good, but we'll see.
What you think, Bishop? I think he stepped away for a second.
Oh yeah, my bad, man.
No, you good? Hey. All right, so I'm gonna let him do his thing real quick. But I think just like what Casey Classic said, and he would know. Casey Classic is an OG. He's been around for a very long time, He would know. He said change shells with a D-pad if you're talking about APF. So yeah, that's what I thought. That's why I thought this was in 2K in some capacity. That's what I thought. So, but no, if this is added, this is great. And once again, if this works properly, Madden's going to have to do something. Madden can't go to the same MO if they got this in the college game. Yeah, if Madden 25 don't have this, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be, and make the developers in that Madden room on EA on that side of the building look bad as hell, lazy as hell.
Yeah, because this is the second thing that we talked about. They're going to have to do something. They can't keep like the wear and tear system we talked about earlier. Or something else I think we talked about too. But this right here, this is something they're going to have to put in the game. They can't do that. They can't have that game come out like Madden 24 when they put all this in 25. I know they said that this game's supposed to be feeling different than Madden, but it can't be that way off till you have this stuff in one game and not in the other. Like the mechanics and the game could feel different, but this type of stuff is football. You know what I mean? It has to be there, you know? State of Franchise says hopefully we can manually rotate coverage. I think you can, but I think you could have done that in past games. You just had to move the players like you want to, but then again, they'll go to their spots based on the actual play that's designed. Let's see, abilities. Okay. All right, we're getting into. Hey, if anybody else wants to come in and talk, I mean, you can hit the link in the pin. It's pinned at the top of the chat if you want to come in and talk, because now we're about to get into some abilities and it's going to be really interesting because they say they have over they say they have 80 abilities, which is okay. But if you want to get in, you can hit the link and come through and we can talk about this if y'all want to. Nevertheless, let's look at these abilities. They have one called Field General, Option King, Workhorse, and Downhill. These are 4 that's being shown right here. The Field General is a mental ability, and they can identify blitzers post-snap. Post-snap, okay. If they're bronze. Silver, they can identify blitzers pre-snap. In gold, they can identify blitzers and cover shell pre-snap. Okay. In platinum, they can identify blitzers and covered shell and disguise coverages pre-snap. This is like APF, but okay. That sounds great. What are your thoughts about this right here?
Like you said, it sounds like all pro football, and I like it. Of course, we will all have to play and see as these abilities are overpowered, but they said it shouldn't be. Even if the certain player has a ability, they shouldn't, overpower the game. But I like it. I'm like what I'm hearing.
I think the Field General should be overpowered if you're playing a platinum quarterback. You have a platinum Field General, and let's say that secondary or that defense is not that good. I think it should be overpowered then. I don't think it should be overpowered. I don't think it should be overpowered if you're playing like, let's say me and you are playing online, and just so happen that the mechanic is broken. I don't want it to be like that. I wanted to be overpowered because of, let's say, who just came out, like Michael Penix was playing against, Western Kentucky or something. Yeah, it should be overpowered.
Yes,
it should be overpowered. It shouldn't be overpowered.
Now, if you playing, if he's playing the number one, the highest ranked defense in the nation, it shouldn't be that overpowered.
Right. He could still have it, but in matter of fact, I think they should do a similar like they do in 2K. That platinum should go down to like a gold or silver because he's playing a higher ranked defense.
Right.
Yeah, but we'll see. Option King, physical ability. This is if you're bronze, slight accuracy on increased quick pitches. Okay. Silver is moderate accuracy on quick pitches with speed increase on strong pitches. Gold, significant accuracy on speed increases on pitches, wear and tear, and protection on option plays. So if you're gold, you won't wear and tear as much if you get hit. that we're gonna talk about that. That's gonna be really interesting. Platinum, ultimate speed accuracy on increase on pitches, wear and tear protection on option plays. I'm gonna say this really quick. I don't care how good of an option player that you are. If you get hit, that protection goes away. If you get hit, damn that protection. Unless if you're like Jared Lorenzen or something running the option, you're just that big, you could take a few shots. But just because you're a gold or a platinum, I can see where some of it be a factor. But in football, bro, you get hit, you get hit. What are your thoughts? Yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, like so if option quarterback that's a very like it could be platinum, but if one of the defensive ends interrupt the option play, it shouldn't matter, like you said.
And it doesn't even have to be a kill shot. It just got to be a really good tackle. Like,
yeah,
you know, it doesn't have to be something like, oh my God, you just hit stick the guy and his helmet flies off, you know. No, I'm just talking like if you get a good shot on the quarterback, I mean, this is one thing they was talking about when the pistol started, remember? They talked about RG3 and they talked about all these guys running the pistol. Defense was like, okay, you can run the pistol all day, but we're going to hit you. And most of these mobile quarterbacks, they're not like a pocket quarterback. They take a hit. They usually go down quicker because of their athletic ability. And you got to understand, if they're coming around that corner running the option, they're going to be running fast as well. And it's going to be like a bunch of momentum hitting each other. So the wear and tear, I get what they're trying to do because a guy who runs the option is probably going to be a little bit more tougher. But when you get hit, you get hit. You know, so I don't have much to say about that. I think it's pretty cool, but we got to understand how that plays out. Bishop, you back?
Yeah, my bad, man.
No, you good, bro. We got life, man.
You good, bro.
My son right here jumping behind me. It is what it is, bro.
You right on the top of the discussion. I see some guy on Twitter. He was saying like I guess that first ability up top, I guess where it says the quarterback read defense. He was like, yeah. What was the tweet? He said it's kind of like a red flag for me because if you look at all the tiers, the quarterback is still kind of like highlight the blitzes or whatever. And he was like, that's like broken and bad, and they putting it in this game and blase. And a lot of people are like, oh, you complaining already and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, he does have a point.
You gotta see, this is the thing. People can be hyped, and I get it. But at the same time, we gotta understand what we're dealing with. This is not a new company making a game. You kind of got some type of familiarity with what's going on here. And like I said, once I get
my bad. I was saying the thing is what they highlighting the blitzes, if they notice it and we try to like adjust it or try to confuse them, all they're gonna do is quick hike you and get their playoff. So it's like it has to be like a balance where, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, especially playing online, I agree. Workhorse. Now this is gonna be something different here. I'm gonna talk about this right here. Compared to the Option King. Physical ability, slight wear and tear effects is bronze, silver is moderate, gold is significant, and platinum is ultimate protection from wear and tear. I have no problem with this. Because when you're running the ball, you're the one dishing out punishment. So I have no problem with none of this wear and tear issue if you have a workhorse running back who can actually live up to that ability. I have no quarrels with that. Anybody got objection?
Not at all.
Yeah, this makes sense. If you have a running back that can run the ball and they're giving out punishment, they're running people over, this should work to perfection right here. Compared to the Option King where he's a running back. You know, what type of wear and tear, you know, he gets hit. You know, he's the one getting hit. He's not issuing the punishment compared to a workhorse like a Derrick Henry. That dude's not going to get hurt. He's the one that's trying to run people over. So that's awesome. Same thing with downhill right here. Same thing, physical ability, slightly more broken tackles, moderately broken tackles. Gold is significantly broken tackles, reaching 90% max of max speed. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Ultimate ability, break tackles after reaching 80% of max speed. I have no problem with neither one of these. If you're a downhill runner, same thing. You're the one that's giving out punishment. this should work as planned. I have no issue with it. They said they have 80 different abilities. Goodness, I don't even know how to get into all of that, so I'm gonna skip that. But you can see some what is this here? This is some of the abilities right here. Okay, let's look at this. Travis Hunter. Mental, fan favorite, best friend, clear-headed. Physicals, a sure hand, 50-50. I don't know if they should give him 50-50. Okay. Double dip, layout, recap.
Yeah, absolutely 50-50. I've been covering Colorado all last year, every single game. Definitely 50-50. I can see why.
So he's legit?
Yeah, he's legit, bro. Yeah.
I'm just thinking
that defensive back ain't up. If that defensive back ain't top tier, he will win.
Yeah, take the ball. Okay, because see, I'm just thinking based on his size, and I never really. I will be one of the few that haven't watched all of Colorado games. I watched the Colorado State game. That was the game that he got hurt, unfortunately. I watched him play against what was that first game they played? TCU. I watched that game, and I watched like a couple other games. So I didn't see it, and I'm not saying that he can't, but I was just guessing based on his size. Because 50-50 is usually for bigger receivers. So I stand corrected on that. KC Classic says Travis Hunter is something special. I agree. Okay, so this is second. Okay, what's the other one? Okay, so it's showing his physicals. Okay. Improved jump ball ability. Okay, I don't have a problem with any of this. I'm good with this here. I do have something. I don't know if y'all see it on the screen. What does this up here mean at the top? If you see my my mouse right here, what do y'all think that mean right there? It's a $sign with a 0 on it. What do you think that means?
It depends on if that's a franchise mode or online. Probably to solve some in-game currency. In my opinion, I could be wrong.
I'm curious because I'm saying I wonder what that means based on these abilities right here. Like, do you spend money on abilities, or is that his NIL money?
It could be.
Yeah, I'm just curious about it. I noticed that because everything else looks like stuff that you would want to see, and in some cases you've seen this in NBA 2K. You see all of these attributes and abilities with the NBA 2K basketball player. I get it. But I've never seen this up here, so I'm curious of what that is. While creating abilities, kept gameplay balance. Okay, pre-snap recognition. What ability do I need? Okay, they're going through all of those. Okay, this looks good. Okay, so right here, I guess he noticed that these guys are going to be coming in. Field general. Yeah, it says field general. So he would notice beforehand that this is the blitz. So he'll probably tell one of these two linemen to probably go and get these guys or get the running back to help him stay in and blitz. So that I like that. That's cool. That's pretty dope. Confidence and composure in college football 25. The game isn't only about who has the most skilled players on the field. It's also about who can maintain their composure in high pressure situations. Confidence and composure is about moment-to-moment gameplay, reflecting in real life ups and downs. Players can get hot or cold. I get that. Okay. There's not much to explain there. I'm pretty sure, Jared, you would want that in the game.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's not much to talk about there. Coach vision, real-time pre-snap. Information is designed. Okay, they show wear and tear, compose, and confidence. Okay, so this is similar to what I was talking about in the old days. Now, this right here, let me see. All right, it tells you right here, dual sidebar system provides real-time insights to your player performance. Red bar suggests your player is starting to cook, while the blue one indicates he's getting cold. A red flame or a blue snowflake, yeah, we know what that is, symbol appears. It signifies that your player has reached the maximum in their respective areas. So that makes sense. So Wiseman right here for this is Texas A&M. He's about to be, he's a little cold right there. His offensive line is looking pretty good. Don't throw to the right side of the field because these guys look like they're scared. And the left side of the field look like they're going to be okay. His best bet, to be honest with you, in this scenario, he should give the ball to the running back because he look like he's in the red as well, and the offensive line is in the red, so he should run the ball. I wouldn't throw nowhere near the other side, this right side of the field. Their composure is shot. So this looks good. This looks good. And what are your thoughts on this of this composure thing?
I like it. They remind me of, like we said earlier, of the NCAAs of old. Like you said, I wouldn't throw to any of the red composures under their name because they might drop the ball or they might run the wrong route and the defensive back might jump the route. And, there may be a pick six. So I agree. I like it.
Yeah, I think that right side of the field, you should go nowhere near it. Not right now, anyway.
You're right.
No,
You're right.
like I said, the left side looks okay, but with the fact that offensive line is in the red and that running back is in the red too, I'll run the ball with him. I'll take my chances and see how it goes. But yeah, those guys over there, they need to go talk to the coach or something. Abilities. This highlights the player's abilities on both sides of the ball. That's a little convoluted. I don't like that. They need to change this. If you want to show the abilities, it looks a little too much on the field. I'm not sure if I mean, I get it because you want to see what they're about, but I think this is a little bit too much on the field.
I'm with you. I never liked that. I never was a fan of that. Even they had it on, which they weren't good Maddens anyway. The on PS3 or Xbox 360.
Yeah, the
Madden 08, 09.
Madden 08 had it.
When they had the abilities under their feet. Like you said, look too much versus the Madden 08 on PS2. Only time you can tell their ability is when you go on the franchise or they're on their player card. You'll see when you press start, you'll see if they, had good hands or force of nature if you're dealing with a defensive lineman. So, yeah, I agree. I think it's a little bit too much. Hopefully, there's an option to get rid of it. But you don't have to see it.
That's what State of Franchise said. He wanted to be hideable. Yeah, I agree. Matchups, home field advantage. Showing the idea of matchups is not new. Well, we already know matchups been in the game for a long time. I don't need to talk about that. Okay, from Madden 06, they bought Stadium Pulse back, so that's great.
Love it.
Yeah, that goes without being said. But why is this all blurry right here? All right, whatever. But yeah, that needs to be there. I don't need to elaborate on that too much. Now look at this. I don't know if it was playing, but the stadium was shaking here. Let me see. Will it do it? Probably not. Nevertheless, if you go to the website, the deep dive, the stadium was shaking. They had a little graphic where the stadium was actually shaking, and that's pretty dope. If the stadium is rocking like that, and they even got the toughness rank right there, stadium should be shaking. Everything should be squiggly lines, and especially depending on the quarterback. But I like this. Good stuff. Pre-play controls. That goes okay. That's nothing new there. I love the way that looks. That looks pretty solid. They got the guys up there on fire. If you see in the beginning, a couple of DBs on fire right there. And that's pretty smart by the quarterback not throwing to their area. Let's see. Revamp passing. Let's see this here. I saw this earlier. I don't think this is a good representation of what they're trying to show. I maybe I'm talking crazy, but I didn't like this. I think they could have did a better job of showing the passing in this. This wasn't good. What do you think?
Hold on, let me see it. Yeah, that's okay. That's not.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
nothing.
they can do better.
Yeah, they didn't show off the passing in this clip. That showed.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, if you want to show something, throw it like out to the sideline, or even if you're going to throw across the middle. I want to see the ball go between two defenders. I want to see something that you really don't get to see in any of these EA football games anymore. That right there is something that, I mean, you can get Axis Football. No disrespect to Axis Football or Maximum Football. You can do that in any one of those games, and it gives you the same result. This is nothing dynamic. Yeah, that's nothing dynamic. This right here was a poor representation of what they're trying to show. They're going through the whole mechanics, which I don't want to get into too much there. Basically, you say at the start of a pass, you'll notice 3 colors: red, blue, yellow, and red. The size of these sections depends on the quarterback ability. Red areas indicate potential inaccuracy. The longer you stay in the red, the greater the penalty. Keep in mind that not all red sections are equal. Okay. Quarterbacks with weaker arms or lower accuracy ratings will have a larger red section. No different than real life. Okay, that makes sense. So they're gonna have a red, blue, and yellow scale, and based on the attributes, that will change. I have no problem with that. That makes sense. Switch stick. Okay, somebody was talking about this earlier. Somebody put this out earlier about the switch stick should change a lot on defense. Have you ever found yourself making adjustments to defend your opponent's passing game, try to stop all to try to stop the same pass plays from being used repeatedly against your defense? Get ready to control you never had. We're introducing the switch stick, simple yet powerful tool to make the defense switching more compelling. When you're lurking in pass coverage, flick the right stick. This will directionally switch to other coverage defenders according to the direction that you flick. What do you think about that? On the surface, this sounds like something that could be OP.
Let me get this straight. So, hold on. Let me.
In coverage, you can flick the right stick. You can flick the right stick to change to another defensive person on the field.
Yeah, I think it may be OP.
Yeah, I think that, in my opinion, I think that gives too much control to the defense. But I got to see how it plays out. But you already had linebackers that can go sideline to sideline before. Now, if you can do that by a flick of a stick, and then all of a sudden your safety could do the same thing, you got a problem there. In a pass rush situation, press left stick /B-O. What is that? Okay, whatever. To switch directionally. What about the hit stick? No worries here. Once the quarterback has thrown the ball across the line of scrimmage, the right stick turns back to the hit stick. All right. Okay. Okay, here's a clip right here. I see the DB over there. Huh? Okay, that showed me nothing. Look at Bamba over here. So basic. See, this is the flick stick I'm talking about. See, your Bamba right here. You're out of position. Okay, I can't pause this, but if you look at it right here, when Bamba goes out of position, he needs to throw the ball to this guy right here. What? Why is he throwing? And then he throws it. Oh, that's just bad quarterback play. No, like seriously, like soon as he comes down, that I see what they're trying to do, but if this guy is usering and he goes off of his player, he goes off the player because of the quarterback is out of the pocket. I get it, but you don't leave that guy until he passes the line of scrimmage. Once he passes the line of scrimmage, you go out let the quarterback get those yards. But once again, if you tackle him correctly, he'll think twice about running. But yeah, that's just a bad throw right there. I see what the flick stick trying to do from Bamba to Robinson. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I was trying to give Bishop a chance, but
yeah, go ahead.
I don't hate it, but I see what you're talking about. I think I like it. I like it.
I like the where it's going here. I don't have an issue with it, but I'm looking like this is just bad quarterback play. I mean, I guess you got to have a bad quarterback play to show off the defense. So that makes sense.
Why didn't he just scramble?
Yeah, that's it.
He scrambled out of the pocket and threw a bad pass.
Yeah, because literally what he could have done, he could have threw this ball over here to the sideline, right here to this guy. He, as soon as he got that separation, he could have threw that. He was open. As soon as he made that cut, he was open. Mamba, whoever the user was, he broke off of him, but he should have never ran away. He should have threw that as soon as that receiver got out that cut. But like I said, I guess they're showing off the defense, so that I guess that's what it was for. Because Mamba basically,
that's what it is.
Yeah, he used the flick stick to change the Robinson, and that's how he got the pick. So it was easier for him to change.
Because you looking at it like if we were playing, like if we were playing, like it didn't make sense. But they just showing off their people. That's
right. So I get it. I like the mechanic because like right there, even if he threw it, you know what I mean? Mamba was not going to go back there and get that interception, and he would have had to switch to somebody. So with the flick stick, he could change really quick. Because back in the day, you had to press A, and if you press A, let's be honest, if you press A or X to switch, you're switching to a defensive lineman because you're switching to somebody who's closest to the ball. So Mamba, whoever on defense would have been messed up either way. And to be honest, Robinson would have kept running to the guy out there. So yeah, okay, I get it.
That's one thing I'm trying to master.
No, that flick stick, that's what we were talking about earlier. Like it could be OP in a way, and that's one of the ways. Playbooks over 1,500 new plays over 50 or more than 50 formations, along with 134 team playbooks. We talked about that earlier. DIY reverse, you could do it yourself. Okay, that makes sense. Like almost similar to running an option. You can use the L1, LB to keep running the ball. Okay, all right. So I'm not nothing there. We talked about playbooks, the mechanics here. The RPO is probably the same way. Let's see. When it comes to attention to detail, we didn't stop there. You'll see a popular wide formation splits, such as Oklahoma and Tennessee, which are spread further out than traditional formations, are characteristics of the veer and shoot play style. I like that. Look at that. Look at that run and shoot. Look how far out they are. That's pretty cool. I like that. That's pretty neat. All right, let's see what else. Okay, flex bone option is back. Featuring base plays, triple option, midline, rocket toss, counter option, zone dive. On the defensive side of the ball, you got 3-2-6, 3-4, 3-4 multiple, 3-3-5, 3-3-5 tight, 4-2-5, 4-3-4. Okay, so the newest thing in this is 3-3-5 tight and 3-2-6. Okay, not much there. The tempo game.
I saw something on Twitter. They said, you know how we could discuss coverages like baseline, keep it normal, or show blitz. So I saw online they said they don't have baseline, but you can disguise it to like look like a cover 2 or a cover 3 though. But they don't have baseline in the game.
Okay.
And I hope there's a balance with the RPOs, because RPOs is them things is a pain in the ass to excuse my language to stop on Madden. I hope there's a type of balance. Because on bubble screen RPOs.
Yeah, the RPO's been broken ever since they bought it in the game. And yeah, I can agree. They got it to work properly because it was broken so bad that it was calling penalties on the game because of the offensive lineman was too far up on the and yeah, it was broken at one point. So yeah. But it's still very exploitable. Tempo game, auto replicate, quick pace nature of college football. We have introduced several modifications prior to snap, include no huddle and a new turbo tempo style. Let's see, no huddle, rush back to the line. We kind of know what no huddle is. Okay, turbo encapsulate a rapid rush to the line style of play, activated by pressing square or X post play. Back to the blur office days at Oregon. So basically, you're trying to be Chip Kelly. I won't be using this. Who else is going to be using this?
Nope.
I'm not, especially if you talk about wear. Yeah, especially if you talk about wear and tear. I'm not using it. The only time I'll probably use that if it's like I need to score quick at the end of the game, And even then, I'll probably just use no huddle.
Yeah, another kid. Goddamn.
Because I don't want to hurt nobody. In relation to clock manager, AI decision, regarding timeout. Okay. All right, let's see this because what's showing here? In a situation where AI is about to audible, players will glance towards the sideline. Okay, they did that in NCAA 14. It was cosmetic, but yeah, I get that. That's awesome. It's good to have that. And you can see the guys here staring on the sideline right there. Not new, but if it actually affects the game, that's awesome. Because they did try to do that in NCAA 14. Note the walk back to the line and officials are spotting the ball. So the heart pumping movement of whether you or not will be able to snap the ball in time is back. Okay. All right. Real-time coaching. Let's see. Coach aggressiveness possesses unique adaptive adjustments. Okay, run pass. AI will now has access to fun. Are you serious? So the AI is gonna adjust to what you do. Actually, that'll be interesting. So as a result, you can expect to see team playing toy array of adjustments such as shade techniques, showing blitz, run commits, quarterback contains, spy. I would love to see the AI implement a spy on somebody. I gotta see it to believe it. I've never seen that. AI will also recognize and adapt to your offensive personnel. Okay. Furthermore, AI is designed to be aware of your players' ratings and ability. All right, I'm gonna stop right there. Do y'all think this is gonna be implemented properly? Honestly,
No.
the AI is designed to be aware of your ratings and abilities.
Most likely not. It's probably gonna be some patches they're gonna have to.
Even
probably later on, but no. And don't get me wrong. I'm happy the game is out. I'm one of those people that say that don't complain. Just see what happens, but I'm not crazy. We are dealing with EA Sports.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you got to think about it. Like the AI is going to adapt to you on that. The last time the AI adapted in a football game, to be honest, was Madden 10, and I don't know if y'all remember that. And they basically adapted based on the plays that you did. If you did a lot of running plays, they would actually change their philosophy to stop you to run the ball. But what it did was it was a difficulty slider. What it did was it was like run pass. It was a run pass slider. Maybe I'll pull it up when I do a live stream. I'll show it to you guys. Where if you ran the ball a lot, they will do a lot of run. They'll do a lot of run stopping plays. But what they would do is, if you pick the run play, then they'll go all in to stop the run. If you did passing plays, they'll go all in to stop the pass. It wasn't like, oh, he ran the ball 4 times, let's stack the box and stop the run. No, what they did was the difficulty setting came in for a slider where if you tried to run the ball at 5th time, they're going to call a play to stop that run because they know the play you're calling, basically. It wasn't like, oh, we know they like to run, let's call plays to stop the run, but we could still do a play action pass to beat that. No, if you call a play action pass, they're just going to call a regular play to stop it. You kind of see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessarily AI designed to stop the run. They just knew your play. It's like, look, we're just going to make it more difficult for you to not run the ball the 5th or 6th time, or once you get over 75 yards. We're just going to stop calling. We're going to call the best run stopping play when you call a run play, not because, their tendency is to run, so let's stop the run. So I wonder if they're going to be able to do that here. I'm a little skeptical. In the trenches, all the features mentioned above are great, but championship run in the trenches. Okay, yada yada.
Here we go.
Yeah. If your offensive line can't hold up, nothing else matters. Yep. A great defensive lineman can dominate inside by just using their size and strength to advantage. Okay, that sounds good. New pass protection mechanic has been added which provides 6 pass protection targeting schemes. Man, I would love to see how that works. These schemes allow players to have increased control over matchups. They use the interface and matchup lines. Players can now see who's targeting who. And indicators will show unblocked defenders. There are 400 new animations that have been added to blocking interactions. wait a minute. Clint Oldenburg is still on the team, right?
I think so. Let me check.
Clint is still on the team. He's an offensive lineman. I thought stuff like this was already in Madden since Madden 25. Maybe I'm wrong. But nevertheless, if they're here, that's great. These animations not only cover open field blocking, but also extend the pass blocking and run blocking point attack engagements. This helps deliver an aggressive and more powerful experience in the trenches, akin to what's played out real life on Saturdays. The pass rush stopping the power has been also seen a significant upgrade. Ability of pass rushers to play more pass rush moves and more often increased. Improvement. What do you think about the trenches? I think Jared was the first one to say something. What do you think about this so far?
It sounds good, man. You said 400 animations.
Yeah, they said
like I
400
said,
animations.
when me and my brother, we play football games, like I said earlier, mainly we look at the defensive line and the offensive line. Especially the defensive line. If the defensive line play is trash, we automatically looking, down at the game. So, and of course the offensive line plays. The offensive line are not going, blocking the right keys or blocking the right man. Basically, a lot of what Madden has been doing, animations Madden has been doing for the past 10 years or more.
Yeah, it's a little over 10 years.
Yeah, it's if they're saying they cleaning that up, then that's great. If that's what they're saying in this paragraph.
I think that if anything, I think this is something that absolutely can be on point. I feel like they got away from themselves in Madden 25. If you go back to Madden 25 on the PS4 or the PS3, the blocking was actually really, really good. I think it was some of the best run blocking in a long time. And that's one reason why I still love Madden 25 to this day, because overall the game was pretty balanced. It was one of my favorite Maddens. But I will say this, if you can get anywhere near what they did back in Madden 25, I think you got a winner here. If you're going to add more animations, just make sure these animations play out right.
Yeah, they work.
Yeah, make sure they work. I think out of everything we talked about so far, I think this is one thing that they can do because it's proven that they've done it before. They kind of got away from themselves when it came to Madden 15 because all of a sudden the fullback forgot how to block, and then you go into Madden 19 where they tried to do a whole new mechanic of running the ball, and the blocking just was not there. And I haven't paid attention too much of the blocking in the later Maddens like Madden 23, Madden 22. I played none of Madden 24, so I don't know nothing about that. I will say Madden 20. I didn't even know this. I bought Madden 20 on my PC. I don't remember when I bought it, but I got it on my PC and I played it. And the run blocking in that was actually pretty good too. So
it was okay, yeah. Madden 20 was the first Madden that got me playing Madden again. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I downloaded it because I went to my EA account on PC and I was like, wait a minute, I bought Madden 20. I probably bought it like around the Super Bowl when it was like $7 or something. PC, if you know anything about PC prices, these games go like dirt cheap real quick. So I probably bought it around that time, but I played it I think the run blocking was good. Now the pass blocking, I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to do there and how it's going to balance with the defensive lineman, because if you went back and played NCAA 14, if you had a good defensive lineman, you can get to the quarterback pretty easily. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Throwing a handle in a wet football is a challenge, a fundamental component of the game. We've introduced several changes to gameplay. Okay, y'all just skipped over that. Like, how does that affect throwing the football? Because y'all just skipped over that. Y'all ain't. Okay, all right, we're gonna get to that because they didn't talk about it initially, so it went straight to player movement. Let's touch on player movement. Harsh weather conditions can affect movement of your players. Okay, that's something I would like to see because they got away from that in Madden 10. Madden 10 had a situation where players actually slipped on the ground. They did a little bit of that in Madden 25 and NCAA 14. Passing game faces considerable impact when playing under harsh weather conditions. Now, I'm going to stop right here. When the last time did the weather affect any game in EA football? Honestly,
Never.
I don't even want to read any of this because you're not going to get my hopes up because I got to see it. Even in the PS2 days, I think the only thing that really helped in the weather, like if it was cold, you did see like them wear different clothing, or when it was wet, the ball was more likely to be fumbled back in the PS2 days.
That's what I'm about to say. Yep.
I do remember that. Not so much in the PS3 era or up to now. So it didn't really affect much. So outside of that, I gotta see this to believe it. Whatever. Even when it's snowing outside, in a snowy game, there was at some point where the players, when they breathe, you didn't even see the mist when they breathed in some of the Madden games. So okay. It's the little things you've noticed in the trailer, but in case you didn't, 1 foot sideline animations have been added. That wasn't in Madden because 1 foot doesn't count. NCAA Football 14 had 1 catch animation for the sideline catch, one foot in. It had 1. NCAA back in the PS2 days had 1 that I remember. It was an over the shoulder catch with the foot dragging. And I know NCAA 14 had 1 as well, but I can't remember the animation. So if you have more than 1, that'd be cool. New to the walk the line animation have been added. Now all players on each side of the ball will walk the line following the play call. The timing of when you can snap should still feel quick, giving the opposing team a time or adjustments. Okay, all right. Defensive pursuit has been refreshed. Okay, playmaker mechanic. Okay, that's nothing new because you know what playmaker means. Play action is calling run situations as first down, less than 3 yards. The effects on the run fits defenders are not amplified. Okay, we've seen that before because you can run a play action and you can actually get players off their position with play action in older games, not so much in the newer ones. So that'll be cool. It's good. Okay, talking about the kickers. How do y'all feel about, first of all, the play action stuff and the kicking mechanic? I think that looks pretty neat. Y'all can go first with the play action. We'll talk about the kicker mechanic.
You go ahead, Jared.
My bad. I'm sitting here stirring this food.
No, man, go ahead. Well, anyway, I'll say this: since everybody's a little bit of something. Play action, I don't have an issue with, as long as it works, just like everything else. Play action hasn't really been a thing, unless, like, I know in NCAA 14, if you're running like the pistol, and if you've been very successful with the pistol, you can get DBs off their position if you call the right play at the right time. I've seen that happen. Play action in general, play action works in the old Maddens and old PS2 games, NCAA games. I gotta believe it when I see it. As far as the kicking mechanic goes, I like this. This right here, if you look at the mechanic, it kind of reminds me a little bit of 2K. But the arrow is not going back and forth. It's just the little meter going back and forth. But the arrow looks very 2K-ish, if I might add. But I don't have much to say there, as long as the kicking works. The kicking actually looks kind of easy, to be honest.
I wish we could just practice the right stick kicking. That was just easier. Yeah,
I agree. This looks like a three button press kick. That's what it looks like. The 3 clicks of the button. Kicker in college football plays a vital role, often overlooked. This year, the role is getting the love it deserves with the introduction of a new intuitive kicking mechanic that truly refreshes the kicking game. How does it work? Distance of the kicking rating decides green, yellow regions of the meter. This means the longer kicks have lower rated kickers. Okay, you're not telling me nothing. The ball moving side to side. The goal is to lock the ball into the green, obviously. Once that's locked in, you'll see the power meter fill up. This is NFL 2K5 without the side-to-side meter. That's basically what it is. So once you got that locked in, the power meter will fill up the achieve maximum power, which is a phrase that's in 2K5. You will need to release the A button right before the red portion of the meter. Timing is key. Excitement of nailing the perfect kick. That's going to be interesting, but it sounds like 2KS. Okay, listen to this. Hitting the red represents an overkick. This could result in varied outcomes in terms of inaccuracies, making it a risky move. Overkicking could potentially give you the distance you need, but at the potential of causing of missing the goalpost entirely. Now that is dope. I like that. That's different. That's different. Swag out. All right, let's see. We wanted to put post-play creativity. Different touchdown celebrations. I really don't care about that. Do y'all care about touchdown celebrations, honestly?
Nah.
Not really.
Victory formation. We all know that feeling pivotal run on 3rd or 4th and short. The opposing team is out of timeouts. Running back gets enough to seal the game. As long as football games have existed, game clinching moments. You have to sit under center for 30 seconds and 3 consecutive kneel downs. Well, I'm happy to say those days are over. This year, as soon as the game is mathematically over, just take a knee. Players will come onto the field and we will simulate the following kneel downs. Not only that, okay, so basically, when it's like 40 something seconds left and they kneel down, the coaches and the players will come out, shake hands. The clock is still running, but the game is over. That's cool. I like that. That gives you a little bit of immersion. I'm okay with that. Y'all agree?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That's like real life. Like it was a few seconds, and everybody know the game is over.
Yeah, everybody comes on the field, shake hands, they start hugging and saying, "Yeah, good game. We'll get you next time." It's still like 20 seconds left. Yeah, it gives you a sense of immersion. That's good. Time to get on the field. No, it's not, because we can't play the game yet. And just like that, the blog comes to an end. I'm not going to do all this. Shout out to Scott OG. Scott OG has been a contributor, and he has been a guest on the old First and Frame Rates podcast with me, Bills, and DJ. He's been a supporter when that podcast was running. And I knew that he was going over to EA, but I honestly thought that he was going to be going to do something with NBA Live or another basketball game, because he's a basketball guy at the end of the day. He played professional basketball, but little do we know, he's been working on a college football game. And I think he's done a pretty good job as actually being a lead developer on this game. Based on everything that we've seen, I think he's done a pretty good job putting this together. Final thoughts. What do y'all think about this and the contribution of Scott OG on this game?
Like I said, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like I said, we got a new college football game back on the market, so I ain't gonna beat them up too bad. But like I said, I'm not gonna have nostalgia like have me not like, not think there's not gonna be flaws with the game. But I'm looking forward to it. So I mean, it's only so much complaining or critiquing you could do, but nobody's perfect. It's not gonna be perfect. So.
What about you, Jared? What do you think about this? Everything that's laid out so far and Scott OG's contribution to the game?
I remember you and your co-host when you had him on the show a couple of years back. I remember that show. But
OG used to be in the chat, and he actually been on the show once or twice. I mean,
I remember that.
Yeah, he's been a very outspoken, person for having good gameplay, and he used to ask us questions all the time about what we feel about this basketball game or this football game, this gameplay. So we gave him feedback early. Like once he left 2K and went to EA, we were like one of the first people that gave him feedback on what we thought in the football game. And for the most part, seems like he's done a lot based on what we see. With this, a lot of things that we've been asking for is actually, put in the game. But how we feel, we want to see how well it's implemented and what's OP, what's need a little bit of attention, what needs to be patched, because that's coming. But
Right.
if I have to honestly give an opinion about everything that we just talked about, and I don't want to sound too negative, but I will be extremely surprised if most of this stuff works. I'm guessing maybe half of this stuff will actually work in the game.
And you know what? And just to answer your question, what I think about this, and Scott being part of developmental team, makes me excited. But then again, like you're saying, you don't want to be too negative. But like you and Bishop have already said, we're dealing with EA here, so
Right.
we can't help to be skeptical of the what they're saying, because you putting this in the game, is it gonna work right? You know what I mean? Is the AI gonna work right with what you program? So we'll see.
Yeah, you gotta understand, they're still running this game on an engine that we all know very well, that Madden engine. What is it like? You talk about the AI, you talk about wear and tear, you talk about AI actually being adjusting to defenses, players ratings changing and all this other stuff. It could matter in this stuff. Quarterbacks not throwing the ball correctly because of wear and tear. I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, you're talking about something that never really happened in a football game, like a quarterback ability to throw the ball because of wear and tear. As much as we love 2K football, that hasn't happened even in those games. So that's a tall task. And if this was a game that was built from the ground up, I would be more accepting. But I know what the engine that is running on. So now I'm thinking, like, is it really going to work? And I'm just being honest. Like, I think half of this stuff is actually going to work. In most games nowadays, everything don't work as planned anyway. I mean, what was the last sports title that actually worked as planned? And I could give you that game. And it was made by EA. And I talk about it a lot. That damn golf game that they made, that's the best EA Sports title that was made in the last 20 years. And it's not even close. That golf game.
And which one was that?
That golf game, that EA Sports PGA Tour game that came out last year. That game is a phenomenal sports title. It's the best sports title that EA has put out in 20 years, easily. And I'm not saying this because I'm dead serious. That game is very good. And I'm not saying this because I had early access to the game, and I actually helped market the game. I was one of the insiders that would work with EA content creators to do it. I was blessed to get that opportunity, but I was skeptical going in because I got finished playing PGA 2K23, and I thought PGA 2K23 was good, but no, that EA Sports golf game. I don't say this much about EA Sports titles, but I gotta give it to them. That game is damn near flawless, and I'm not joking when I say that. And I'm not. If you notice, not many people said anything about that game at all. You probably haven't even heard anybody talk about it, because people like to talk about negative stuff. There's very little negative coming out of that game. They done a phenomenal job with that sport, that golf game, and I stand by it. They made me a believer out of that game. That game was absolutely phenomenal. And I'm not saying that you should go buy it because golf may not be your thing, but if you like golf, like I played a lot of Tiger Woods 14, so I played a lot of that, and I played a little bit of Rory McIlroy. And golf is one of the games I do like to play, but that game, if they can get that game, if they can get this game anywhere close to the quality of that game, I will be extremely surprised. But once again, that game, I think that game was built from the ground up. It wasn't a spinoff from the Rory McIlroy game from 2015. That game was not like Tiger Woods 14. I think that's a whole new engine that they're using. So you see what happens when you build a game from the ground up and you actually give it the love and care that it needs. This game, I'm a little skeptical because it's coming from a Madden engine, so I don't think it's going to get that type of quality. But that golf game is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Now, I'll stand on that. I give kudos to EA for that. EA, if you want to give EA any props for a game, that game is the game.
That golf game.
That golf game, I stand by. I stand by that 100%. And I 100% stand by that. And I'm not afraid to say it because EA is EA, but they did that thing with that golf game. I 100% behind that. But nevertheless, me, what they say, sucking off a video game. I don't want to sound like that, but I do. But I want to get out. But no, that game is great. It's absolutely great. But
you good, man.
I don't have much else to say, man. We've been here 2 hours. I think this has been a really good live, man. Everybody who came in, we got 60 people watching on Twitter. And
damn.
Yeah, 60 people watching on Twitter. That's pretty dope. And I think that the highest it got on, it's pretty cool. And the highest that it got on YouTube was like 15 or something. It's not bad. But anything else y'all want to say before we go? Because I want to do this more often where I can have an open panel. Maybe we can get more people coming in and talk. And I think that'd be really dope. So anything else?
Yeah, this is cool, man. Yeah, and I got my own show. Normally we talk about HBCUs, and I've been football in general, but I've been implementing video games. So yeah, I definitely
You got a channel?
Yes, sir.
Why you ain't say nothing?
Yes, sir.
I would have been promoting you if you had a channel, bro.
Oh, my bad, man. I just been working it, man, and doing content, bro.
What's the name of the channel, man? I'm gonna put that in the chat so people could get to that. And then in the next few videos, I'm gonna have that in my description.
I'll subscribe.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. And I even had it's Jared 011 Green on YouTube, but the name of my show is Southern Baller Show.
Okay.
So I have former Division I football player on my show, Joseph Townsend. I got a Southern Jaguar alum on the panel, and then my twin brother. So we just be cooking and talk about football.
What is okay? I see it right here. Jared. No, that's not it. What is it again?
It's Jared 011 Green on YouTube. And the name of my show is Southern Ball Show. Let me see. I'll put the link in the chat.
Yeah, do that because I'm looking for it. I can't find. Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, because you always come through this way, man. I gotta, Yeah,
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I gotta show the love. You always coming through, man. Okay, Southern Baller. No, give me the link because I can't find it. You can put it in the back chat or whatever, or whatever the case may be, in the private chat or whatever. I'll put it up, or you can just put it in the chat or whatever. Because I absolutely subscribe to that and look at it because that sounds pretty cool. But other than that, man, I'm good, man. Bishop, you got anything?
Nah, I was gonna ask so when the game come out, were you gonna make an online dynasty? Cause God damn.
Well, I don't do online gaming, man.
I thought you're gonna run one, with the some of the guys,
you know what? Honestly, I'll think about it. I don't do online game. I mean, I just did a whole video about that on my last. I just did a whole video on my last video on my channel about online game. I don't really do it, but you know what? For the culture, I might do it, man. Like seriously, because last time I did do an online dynasty was NCAA 11. And that turned out to be pretty good. And then you had the debacle with MLB The Show 14 when that came out on PS4. I tried that, and it wasn't us. It was just the online in general was bad. So I there's other reasons why I don't do online gaming, but I'll probably do it. I'll do it for us, once I get the game.
With us sim heads, like just, for some friendly competitiveness. We
Yeah,
all
yeah,
try to
yeah.
learn something from each other.
Yeah, absolutely.
God damn. But other than that, no, I really ain't got no. I said we just wait till. Well, I hate to say
All
I'm
right.
probably pre-order it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to pre-order. I don't think I'm gonna pre-order both games since they don't do the draft classes. So
Yeah.
I'm probably just gonna get one and see how the other one plays out.
Yeah.
Hey, one question I do have: y'all think they're gonna bring back where you can transfer draft classes to the Madden?
I hope
Nah.
so, but they're not
you
doing
think
it this
they
year.
Oh, you think they're gonna add it? I don't know. They talking about it's a licensing issue because the guys at the NIL they got to sign like the NFL PA whatever crap.
Oh yeah.
So that's why they said they couldn't do it. But people like, oh, that's the pros and cons like that. We had to get the game back, but we couldn't get that. So you pick and choose. I'm like, man, cut it out.
Right.
'Cause I'm like, who didn't want to see their player that they built from the ground up at the next level? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I understand you can just make them on Madden. You can create the draft players, but just importing like you said, the grind of your season or your certain players and importing them into Madden. If we can bring that back in, that's cool.
And you probably got a gem that don't nobody know about, but you're gonna draft them in the next draft, and then man, people like nobody really cared about that back then. And like I said, I'm arguing with teenagers, so I'm like, y'all weren't.
Yeah, they
outside.
probably back then they ain't never really they probably never experienced it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they baby, bro. When it comes to gaming, bro, they don't know what they talking about.
I'm trying to get this link to show, but it won't show on the chat. Do y'all see it in the chat? Because I don't see it.
Shoot, I'm on Safari right now. What is it again? He said Jared 011.
Hey, take that link and put it in the private chat back here if you can see it on the StreamYard. I'll definitely try to get it up here, or I'll put it in the description.
You said it's 011, Jared 011.
Yeah, I think he says Jared 011. Because this is what it looks like. I got it here, but it's not showing up. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I can pull it up again. Okay. I probably put the wrong
Jared
one in.
011 Green.
Let's see. Let me see if I can put it in again. JRED. I want to get this up before we get out of here. Is that O or 0?
Yeah, that's a 0.
Okay.
Oh, that's what. Ooh. Dang, we got big.
Okay, I got it. Southern Baller Show. I got it right here. All right, what I'll do, let me see if I can do it. Copy this. If it doesn't go in here, what I'll do.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
You know what I'm saying? If I can't do it here, what I'll do, I'll put it in the description of the live. So anybody come back and check it out, they'll do it, and I'll put it in the description on the next few of my videos so you guys check it out. There it is right there. I see it. There it is.
Yeah, I just subscribed. I found it.
I just subscribed.
I appreciate y'all, man. And I just did one big video, man. I did interview with Emory Hunt. I was a big fan of Emory Hunt, man. He to me one of the hardest black men as far as commentating, color commentating in sports. So
Right.
it was a pleasure doing an interview with him, so y'all can check that out, man.
Yeah,
I was nervous as hell, man. You could tell I was stuttering and shit. I mean, crap. So yeah.
Okay, it's 42 minutes long, so I'm gonna listen to that while I put my son's monster truck toy together. He want me to put that together, so I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna call it a night, man. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all guys are absolutely awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for coming through.
Oh, we appreciate you, man.
And it's not just for Jared or Bishop, man. This is for anybody, man. That's why I got the link at the top. If y'all want to come in at any time, we'll do more. I'll do this more often so people could come in and we could talk about this, especially when the game comes out. We definitely get it in then. So, absolutely. So once again, y'all go subscribe to Jared 011 Green, I mean, and we're gonna get up out of here, man.
Appreciate you. Y'all have a blessed day, man.
You too. Appreciate it, boss.
Easy, y'all be safe.
Good chopping up with y'all, man.
Yeah, all the time.
Ooh.
All right, y'all be easy. We out.
All right, peace.